Hello, welcome back to True Seekers Tea. My name is Kate and I'm thankful to have you here for today's pick a card reading. We're going to be looking at what the person on your mind or who you're asking about is currently not telling you or what they've been holding back from you. So I'm going to leave it pretty open to spirit in regards to what that is. It could be anything from their feelings towards you or certain things that they don't want you to be aware of. So it'll be different for every pile. There will be an extended reading as usual that's going to go deeper into whatever themes feel most useful to you after picking up on the energy of the pile. So there are 3 piles to choose from. For pile number 1, we have the Sacred Journey of the Bee with this blue calcite palm stone. For pile number 2, we have the Mermaid Tarot, and this is an aventurine palm stone. Sorry, I apologize, Amazonite. I always think of Amazonite being a little bit brighter for color, but this technically is. So for pile number 3, we have the Wild Reflections Tarot with this orange calcite palm stone. Take whatever time you need to tune into the pile that you're feeling the most drawn to. You may be drawn to more than one pile, and I would just always listen to your intuition. And there will be a energy check-in. I accidentally forgot to do it for pile number 2, so use extra discernment with that. And other than that, I'll have the timestamps linked down below. I will have the names of these decks. I'll have the extended readings and any other information about me. So I hope you guys enjoy. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for joining me. So we're going to be looking at what this person that you have on your mind is holding back from telling you, or what are they not telling you essentially? Or what is this person hiding, if they are hiding anything? So I'm going to start off with a quick energy check-in just to see what your perspective is on this connection. And I would just use this as a rough outline or just to help you confirm that this is your pile. But I would say to not get too nitty-gritty with the details, but to trust your intuition, of course. Okay, so what is pile number 1? Please give me the pile number 1's perspective. What is their perspective of this connection, of this person that we're going to be talking about? What is pile number 1's perspective of this connection? Okay, we have the World in reverse. We have the Knight of Wands. We have Judgment in reverse. We have the King of Pentacles. Can we clarify the World in reverse? We have the Ace of Wands in reverse. We have the Two of Cups. Can we clarify Judgment in reverse, please? We have the Ten of Pentacles, Magician in reverse. And then we have Strength, Two of Wands in reverse, King of Wands in reverse. Okay. And then the Wheel of Fortune at the back of the deck. Okay, so I feel like this person's energy is definitely something I pick up on my channel quite a bit. So it's coming through that this is someone that you definitely had a certain perspective of, or it feels like you had high expectations for the potential of a future with this person. But not only that, I feel like this person came across to you as, with the King of Pentacles here, someone that's very stable, like ideal relationship, husband, doesn't have to be gender based, but in some way they signaled a level of stability and integrity and values and a sense of being someone that you can truly rely on. And with, well, where do I even want to start here? I want to say also that you maybe are confused here in this connection or have felt a level of like confusion, and this could be because it's like you don't feel like you have all of the facts, or it's almost like hard for you to sort through what was real in this and what wasn't. And so it's almost like hard for you to close out this cycle is what it feels like. It feels like this is a cycle that like where there's unfinished business for you at least. And with the Two of Cups here, I can tell that you did feel a really strong resonance with this person. And what you felt was very real on an emotional level. And I feel like with the Magician in reverse, there's a part of you that's like, did this person manufacture or just kind of make up certain things so I would see them as this King of Pentacles, see them as this person that I could build with. Like, I feel like this is someone, not only did you feel like this really strong emotional and genuine, authentic, energetic connection with, it's like you just, and I think that's something that you still would say was real because it's like something you felt and experienced. But I think where you feel confused would be the lightest way I could say it. Is that this person, it feels like they didn't follow through with the Two of Wands in reverse and the King of Wands in reverse. It's like this person has managed to show a lack of leadership, a lack of vision, a lack of courage. Yeah, and so it's like it just doesn't add up in this situation. I feel like this person doesn't add up for you. With the Wheel of Fortune, it's possible that this connection feels like it's faded or like you're tied to this person in some way. Like, and maybe you're even like confused as to why you are still like contemplating it. And yeah, and I think you guys know that there's some level of, it's like, yeah, the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. It's like, you know that something wasn't right here, but there's just this overall energy of the Eight of Cups in reverse, struggling to walk away from this. Seven of Pentacles in reverse can be an energy of like waiting on something. And so there maybe is a part of you that feels like you're waiting on this connection to change, waiting for something to change in this, or waiting for this vision of what could have been here to come true. It's almost like there's a party that feels like it's faded. But I feel like with the Ace of Wands in reverse, ultimately I do think this was something that burnt out quickly. Like, it may have burned bright, but like it wasn't able to sustain. And I feel like with the Knight of Wands, it's like, I feel like this is someone that you probably felt a lot of passion and excitement with. But I feel like you still thought there was this element of the King of Pentacles. So yeah, I just think you question like who this person is actually, what the truth of the situation was, whether or not there's more meaning to this. So let's see what this person is not telling you or is holding back. There will be an extended reading as well, and I will be figuring out the topic as we go along, so stay tuned for that if you are interested. All right, so what is pile number, okay. What is pile number one's person holding back from telling them? Or hiding? Okay, the Five of Pentacles. That makes sense. The Nine of Wands in reverse. The Five of Cups in reverse. I'm hearing the song that's like, if you are who you say you are, then have no fear, the camera's here. Okay, what is pile number one's person not telling them or holding back from them? Seven of Cups. Can we clarify the Five of Pentacles? The Knight of Wands in reverse. Can we clarify the Nine of Wands in reverse? The Two of Pentacles. There's definitely an overall topic here of, I want to say financial or material hardship, or there being some unexpected shift in this person's stability, or yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting. And it's even possible I'm getting with the Knight of Wands in reverse that it could be due to like reckless behavior and not prioritizing. It's like it's an energy of not having everything together, or I feel like this person's hiding the fact that they're going through like a lot right now. I don't think they're too proud of it, but I also feel like with the Nine of Wands in reverse, it's like this person is struggling to continue, like they're like a beaten soldier. Not to make them a victim, but it's like they want to be seen as that King of Pentacles. Like they want to be seen as competent, someone you could see building with. Yeah, and so I guess I feel like this person, I feel like there have been events in this person's life, maybe even since like they made certain claims, or maybe since or that were going on the whole time behind the scenes, I'm not sure, but it's almost like this person was banking on a certain level of progress being made in their life, or it's almost like there's what's the word for this? It's almost like they put things on credit. It's like they put the relationship with you on credit with the idea that they would be able to back it up. And so it's almost like when you don't have something yet, but like you think you will, or you're working towards it, but like you don't say that you don't actually have it. Like I feel like that can happen a lot. Or like I'm just thinking in like different movies when it's almost like when someone's trying to make it in something, or like they're maybe saying that they have more experience than they have, but they're like, for like a job, for example, like maybe they're saying they have more experience and, you know, like one of the requirements is knowing how to code like websites or something like that. And this person wants the job really bad. And like they are someone who has some level of ability to learn that. And so they're thinking to themselves, like, I'm going to learn that skill before they realize that I didn't have it in the first place. And then imagine that other things came up in this person's life that made it, that are just beating them down. And it's like they can no longer hold that illusion anymore. So like that's like the Seven of Cups here. I feel like they're really, sorry, I just heard something outside my door. I feel like they're really trying to not give in though. It's like they don't want to give in to this being the truth of their situation. But let me finish the spread. So can we clarify the Five of Cups in reverse? We have the Hermit in reverse. What are they holding back from telling pile number one? Queen of Swords in reverse. The Magician in reverse. Yeah. So I think you guys are already aware, honestly, of a lot of this. Maybe not the details though. So I'll try to give you like more details, but I feel like with the Magician here in reverse, it's like, yeah, Three of Pentacles. It's like this person doesn't actually have all that they need to create something, but it's like the Magician in reverse can be someone that gives the illusion of having everything needed to get the outcome that they're projecting, right? And so I feel like this person can have a way with like illusion. And I think the truth is about this person that might like help you understand them is that I think that although like I'm not defending it, I'm just saying that I don't think this person does it to be malicious. There is a level of like insecurity coming through. And it's like this person didn't want you to see that. I feel like this person's very afraid of you seeing this truth about them, and they're very afraid of what like you would have to say about it, or like choice words that you might have. And so we have Virgo energy, by the way. I feel like with the Hermit in reverse, it's almost like they're trying to hide. They're embarrassed by experiencing negative emotions. Like I feel like this person's is emotionally grieving, emotionally disappointed, emotionally not in a good place. There's 2 5s here. And so it's like this person's, what they're not showing you is that they're going through change that doesn't feel good, that they don't have a lot to show for themselves right now. Yeah, and then we have, it's interesting that the 2 of Pentacles is called change in this deck. But I want to say that they're barely coping with their life right now, and all of the different factors of their life are not balanced at all. And so this person doesn't want you to see that, essentially. Yeah, and I'm just seeing here so I feel like this person's tactic is this person is almost hiding from you or trying to keep some level of distance until they feel like, this is actually annoying because I feel like this person is at such a level of discomfort and challenge in I would say challenge. They're going through a lot of challenge in their life to such a point that they're not even able to maintain the illusion of being very stable and of being someone that you should build with. And so I feel like their only option is to keep a distance. Because I was going to say until they are able to actually get everything together. No, this person it's more thinking that like until they can actually like, I don't want to say cover their tracks, but like at least until they can more convincingly portray that image again. Because I feel like that it's almost the energy of, the best way I could describe this that I would relate to it is like, sometimes when you just aren't able to be social because let's say you're just like really struggling emotionally, and you just aren't able to like put on a happy face, and like you also don't want to make the whole thing about you, and you don't necessarily want people to have to like stop their time to like console you. It's like, let's say that you are very also invested in people seeing you as someone who is very emotionally stable. Like, and this can happen a lot. Like, I feel like, especially if like your weakness has been like held against you before. And so I feel like this person is afraid of their weakness, like being seen. But anyways, in that situation, it's like, and I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to it, where it's just like, I'd rather just make an excuse and avoid the situation until I'm at least not in this state. And like, will I probably next time I'm in like a state where I can at least not show that. And so it doesn't have to be super malicious where it's like we're trying to like fool people or scam people. But I think what it comes down to is like this person not wanting to be vulnerable or to show their vulnerabilities and feeling that that isn't something they can do. And so, for example, in that situation, let's say that you wait until you're not in that like emotional state where you can't even like fight, where like, let's say like the situation before is that you couldn't even fight back your tears. Imagine that you get to a better state, but it's like all of those issues are still there. Like you're not actually that much better. It's just like you're not at the like a super bad state. You still may not tell people like what you're going through. And so you kind of keep up an illusion that everything's okay or everything's fine. And so I think what's going on here is that this person doesn't feel like worthy essentially of, doesn't feel worthy, but they also feel that their value is very much wrapped up in their stability, maybe their work, their confidence. Like, and I feel like it has a lot to do, especially if this is like a masculine person or like a person that identifies as male. You know, there can be a lot of pressure to not be like super vulnerable emotionally, to be stable financially, like all those different things that I think men can really like internalize. And I think that they're not even willing to risk facing that moment of being like fully transparent with you. Like, for example, it's like this person isn't, they're hiding it because they don't want you to see past the illusion here. And I feel like this person is hoping that at least if there's some level of like confusion or a lack of clarity, it's like at least you haven't come to the conclusion that this isn't something you want. Like, I feel like this person is almost holding the door open in a certain way, or is like they don't want you to declare that this is something that just isn't what you want at all. Even if you deserve to be able to do that. And so I feel like this is just that energy of wearing a mask or trying to control situations. It's not authentic, essentially. So yeah, I think that this person is hiding that they're actually really struggling right now, that they aren't feeling like themselves. Even with the Knight of Wands in reverse, that could also be that this person isn't feeling super like with the Knight of Wands can be a very confident, like playful, fun energy. And so I feel like if this person, I feel like this person doesn't feel like they're in that charismatic energy where they can kind of like be more charming or exciting. It's like, I feel like this person can feel, they're hiding that they don't always feel like that, or that they're struggling. And I feel like with the Five of Pentacles and the Hermit in reverse, this person feels very alone. This person feels like they have to do everything on their own too. And they're just not feeling optimistic. They're not feeling like confident in their ability to succeed in life right now. Yeah, that's essentially what I'm getting. Let me see. So I'm going to get some cards from the Animal Oracle deck. So for the extended reading, I think I want to look, let me just think for a second about what you guys most probably want to know. I'm sure you want to know this person's honest feelings towards you, because I feel like with the Two of Cups there, that was probably confusing as to whether or not this is real. I also want to see if there's any like potential here for this situation to change, like with the Wheel of Fortune there, like if this is meant to transform for the better. I want to see what this person's energy is going to be like in the next few months, so you can at least have an awareness of that, and then just get some final guidance for you. So, okay, so we're going to get some oracle cards to further dig into this. I just saw Sad Embrace come through, and so I'm definitely feeling a confirmation here that this person is is emotionally struggling. Okay. I feel like this person also feels like a fraud. But yeah, that's just coming through. Okay, so what is pile number one's person holding back from them? Can we clarify this energy or add anything else? We have Field of Dreams in reverse. We have Rescue in reverse. We have Slow and Steady. We have Commitment. Then we have Magical Prayer. Okay. Yeah, and so I feel like this is kind of going back to what I've been getting, like with the Field of Dreams here and Rescue. I feel like this person has some level of unrealistic ideas here around, it's like they're hoping, waiting, wishing that things are going to get better, or that they're going to find some kind of like rescue, or that something is going to come in and change their luck or change their situation. And I feel like that's like confirmed by the magical prayer here, and then rescue in reverse. And so I feel like what this person's hiding from you is that not only do they not feel like they can contribute to you, they feel like they need to be rescued. And they almost feel like they aren't able to make choices that are like, okay, with the Magician reverse here, it's almost like they feel like they aren't able to manifest their dreams. They feel like almost at the mercy of life, or like they feel like they don't feel free right now to make a positive change in their life, which is not true. It's just how they feel. And then I feel like with slow and steady in reverse, I think that they are being forced to slow down. And I feel like, again, this is confirming that energy of like their tactic almost of trying, like, okay, like with commitment here, it's like they're trying to, it's like they would rather draw things out and almost wait for this rescue or wait for things to shift, so then they can offer you like a higher quality commitment. Like, and I just think that this person is hiding that they know very much that they're not in a position to offer commitment, and they weren't before, but they know that that's what they need to come with. And so I think that they are, they're hiding the fact that they're nowhere near being able to quickly take action towards you. They're nowhere near that. They need to be rescued. Like, this person isn't really in this powerful position where they can create their dreams. It's almost like they feel like they're at the mercy of whoever can support them. But I feel like that's not you. They don't want it to be you because they want you to see them in a certain way. They also are potentially allowing you to feel like you are wishing for some kind of commitment, or for something like with Field of Dreams. It's like they might be aware also of like what you want and like what your dream is, and like what your almost fantasy is, even if that isn't true to what they're even able to provide or what they're wanting to provide. And so I just feel like that's just coming through as well. And I just think they're hiding the fact that it's like, it's a illusion that this person is going to be able to be that King of Pentacles for you. What is Pile Number One's person holding back? Yeah, we have to be fair. Yang in reverse. Higher power. We have community. Time for a nap. I feel like this person wanted to seem like soul family to you, or wanted to seem like they are very much on your same wavelength. But I feel like at the end of the day, with this Yang energy in reverse, like I feel like this person, if anything, like exerted themselves or like forced something that wasn't really in alignment with them, or like it's almost this energy of act first, explain later, or yeah, I just feel like it's almost like because this person maybe really wanted you, or wanted your attention, wanted you to see them a certain way, it's like they were willing to overdo it and almost like say too much, claim to be too much, you know, it's almost like they were not aware of what they could really handle. You know, it's like they weren't actually going to be able to do these things though. And I feel like with To Be Fair, it's like, To Be Fair is all about looking at a situation and being honest with yourself about what was fair, what isn't. And I just think at the end of the day, this person is hiding just the fact that they're not really someone that is a part of your soul family, or that. And so if they said things like that, that was them just like saying things, you know, and like doing too much in a sense. Which is super unfair, but that's what I'm getting. So I'm going to take it in the extended now. We're going to be looking at your person's feelings towards you, their energy, how their energy is going to be shifting in the next few months. And that will be like in their life, but also how that translates to the connection. Then I want to see what the potential is for this connection, what the likely outcome is. And then we'll just get guidance for you if it doesn't already come through at that point for that. But we'll pull some extra cards anyways. So I'll have that link down below for those of you that want to join me. Other than that, if you like this reading, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss future Pick a Card readings. Other than that, if you're able to hit the like button, leave a comment. I really do appreciate everyone who does that. And other than that, it's been an honor to read for you, and I hope to connect with you again soon. Hello, pal number 2. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the Mermaid Tarot and this Amazonite Palm Stone, this is going to be a reading where we're going to be looking at what this person is not telling you, or what they're holding back from you, what you're not seeing about them. So, Spirit, please tune me into pile number 2's person's energy. What are they not saying? What are they holding back? Okay, for pile number 2, please. What is pile number 2's person? Okay, we have the Devil. The Lovers. Gemini. I don't know if I need to cover this. It's literally tiny, but I guess I will. We have Gemini, Capricorn. So what is pile number 2's person holding back or not saying? King of Swords in reverse. With the Ten of Cups in reverse. This is so interesting, but what's kind of coming through, just the first message is like, and I don't exactly get it yet, but I feel like this person may not actually know what the difference is between a good relationship versus like not a bad relationship, but I almost like this is interesting, and I'm not sure what they're telling you, but it's like, okay, I feel the need to make sure that I'm getting this right later on, but I just want to say there's a hint of a message coming through around there's an energy of a lack of clarity of this person's depth of understanding or knowledge when it comes to healthy relationships versus unhealthy relationships. And that may be something that you're not aware of this person, is like, they may say that they want certain things, or they may say certain ideas or certain things about relationships, but there's this feeling of not truly understanding the energetic difference, a lack of discernment here. This person actually lacks discernment when it comes to what's healthy and what isn't. And so that could look like someone that does unhealthy things or does things that are like harmful in relationships, but thinks that it's loving. Or it could be someone who does loving things for more destructive reasons, if that makes sense. So it's almost like there's a lack of integrity around integrity because there's a lack of knowledge, though. This person isn't a relationship expert, is what I'd want to say. It's coming through almost like Spirit wanting you to know that there's actually a lack of knowledge here. Maybe a lack of experience or a lack of discernment, lack of knowledge, whatever it is. It could be intentional or not, but let's get some more. Can we clarify the Devil, please? We have Death in reverse, Scorpio with the Star in reverse. Yeah, there's this real sense of I just feel like Spirit wants you to not there could be a situation going on where you may be prone to projecting onto this person. Like, for example, when one person says something, it might mean something different to when someone else says something. Like, the most basic way I could say that is two people saying I love you could mean two very different things. Yeah. Okay. And there's kind of a message coming through of this person not actually being willing to change or not really willing to transform, and potentially this is just for some of you, maybe this person's like doesn't tell you that when they say they want to do better, when they say they're going to do certain things, that they're not actually planning on doing that, or they aren't really, yeah, it isn't really honest. It might just be a way to keep you attached to them. Like it's a way to maintain the connection with you. And so that might be is like this person kind of may use certain lingo or may say certain things, and it on the surface looks loving, but underneath it may actually be the energy of trying to keep someone attached. Can we clarify the Lovers, please? Yeah, the Hangman, Pisces. Can we clarify the King of Swords in reverse? Temperance in reverse, yes. Sagittarius. Yeah. Okay, can we clarify the Ten of Cups just to finish the spread? The Fool here, Aquarius. Back of the deck is Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, and I'm not surprised to see the Fool here because there is almost this element of this person not really being qualified to make certain promises or to say certain things. Like this person doesn't really... like they don't embody true transformation or true alchemy. And I'm trying to put this into an example. Like this person may make promises or say things that they don't even have the ability or know what that would mean to like embody that or to change that, if that makes sense. And so this could get really tricky because I feel like this is someone that may jump right in or seem like they know what they're doing or seem like they're ready for something when they actually don't even know how to even build that thing. They don't even know what it is. Like I'm trying to think of a better example of this. Like, okay, you know what this reminds me of is, I don't know if in elementary school, like I remember people got into relationships in like 5th grade. Like people would be like, oh, this is like my boyfriend, this is my girlfriend. And obviously that was like 5th grade version of that. But I remember like my mom or like a parent hearing about it being like kind of laughing at it and just being like, okay, like, you know, because it's like they're not even, they may say that it's that, but of course it's going to be limited to the 5th grade perspective. And so it's almost like and it's kind of fun for people, I think, when they're young. It's like, or even in middle school, let's say in middle school, when people started like dating, and like what dating meant was like holding hands at lunch. I don't know if you guys remember that. That was rough, but it's kind of reminding me of that, of like, yeah, like I want to date you. Because in my mind, dating means holding hands at lunch, you know? It's almost like not knowing better, but it's like this person isn't being honest about the lack of depth of their understanding or knowledge, is what I'm getting. And I feel like with the Ace of Pentacles here, yeah, and so I just feel like there's a kind of a warning here with the Tower to be careful with this person, because in this situation, it would be very, very much priming you to build on a tower then. Because if they're not giving you, if they're not aware and they're not discerning, then how can you accurately perceive what you're building or what you're creating with someone, or what something actually is? And so it's almost like being careful to not take this person's word. And I don't think this person's actively trying to be deceitful. I'm more getting that they have a limited understanding of what they're saying sometimes, or what they're doing. And it can be as immature as like, well, I don't want pile number 2 to walk away from me. So yeah, I'll say this because I love them. And I'm not saying that's a situation. It's more like, if not, I love them. They might convince themselves that they are doing something from a good place, when it's actually coming from a place of getting what they want in the short term. And maybe they don't even know they're doing that, but it's giving immature in this pile. So it's almost like, I'm trying to think of better examples here, but I feel like they can try to come off like they understand what another person is saying. But I feel like more than anything else, sometimes this person, I don't know if they rush things, but they move things forward without really, gosh, I'm trying to put my downloads into sentences here. It's like, imagine this person can get very much out of their depths, because when they take something on, or when they say something, they aren't actually in alignment with that. They're not embodying the truth of that thing. And so what that means is that this person isn't actually, I want to say, following along in the same way that someone might if they're actually like embodying the truths that, so like, let's say that the actions people take are embodied with truth. The things they say are embodied with truth. Imagine if someone isn't embodied with that truth, in the same way that like a fifth or a middle schooler might think that they're in love with their girlfriend, but they don't really know what that is, or that they don't really know that they're not maybe aware of what love might look like, you know, in your 20s or something, when there's a lot more meaning to it, essentially. So I feel like this person is still learning a lot, is what they're not really explaining, is that they're still learning a lot when it comes to relationships and decision making and how they see things. I don't think they have a very balanced perspective. They don't know. It's so interesting, because it's like with the King of Swords in reverse, this person may not know to what extent they don't know, to what extent they are not in alignment with something. And so the vision I'm getting is like with Temperance, how usually Temperance, or in this deck as well, it's like you see these two shells that are going back and forth, processing something, processing new energy, and bringing it into equilibrium. That might be what someone does when they commit to something, for example. Or let's say that someone else is telling them, I want a relationship with you, for example. If you are someone who embodies energy and is like actively processing as you're going along in life, you're gonna make sure that that new information resonates and that you're fully getting it. Like you're fully aware of what that means to that person, and you are fully aware of what it means to you. And so the next thing you do comes from a place of alignment and a place of balance and awareness. Like, for example, likely this is then what the future is going to be. Like if I say this, then probably you're able to put two and two together. Like this person doesn't actually all the time put things together. And I think that they may say certain things or do certain things not aware of how much they would need to shift and change in their life to actually actively embody what they're saying or what they are wanting. So it's possible this person may say that they want, let's say, a relationship, but because they're not integrating that, I don't even know the right word for this. It's almost like someone being shallow. Imagine being more shallow versus being a deep person. Like if you're only looking on the surface of things, it might feel like this, where it's like you're only processing things so deeply. So be careful with this person, because I feel like they're only processing things to a certain level that is not at the same level as you. And so you may look at the same coin, the same Ace of Pentacles here, and you will have two completely different understandings of that thing. And I feel like there's this, like with this ha 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 energy here, it's like this person can kind of act like there's nothing to lose. And this person doesn't think very long term as well. They don't think, how is this action likely going to ripple out into my future? Like, what are the consequences of my actions? I don't feel like they take very much time to contemplate whether or not what they're doing sits right with them or would sit right with someone else. It's like, or they may not even take time to make sure that what you're saying sits right with them. Like they might just nod their head without fully processing, or they might say something to you without fully processing what that really means to say something like that. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Very interesting. There's a winging it kind of an energy. Can we further get some more energy to explain this? Yeah, so we have chop wood, soulmate. We have treasure island in reverse. We have message in a bottle, and then we have mending, to be fair, thinker. I feel like there may be an energy of putting one foot in front of the other. It's almost like this. It's like seeing something mundane, only seeing it so deeply. Like this person, I don't know if they have the ability to tell you this. I don't even know if they can articulate this, but it's like they're not seeing things as sacred is what I'd want to say. They're seeing things at a very surface level. And with Treasure Island here, it's like they're not really in alignment with it. Okay, it's hard to describe this, but it's like the upright Treasure Island to me is about this energy of first internally embodying an energy and then aligning with it externally. I feel like when it's in reverse, it's not going through that process. It's like I'm not, it's like this person isn't really even aware of how important it is for things to intrinsically match to resonate intrinsically as they do externally. And at the end of the day, like, I feel like that's very similar to what I was saying in the beginning of having like a middle school idea of relationships. It's like, okay, on the surface, we can say we're in a relationship. We can then go through the motions or do certain things, but internally we aren't like truly embodying like love and how deep a relationship would go later on in life, right? But we may externally be thinking that it is something. So there's a real disconnect that this person has in between there's a lack of processing. There's a lack of even connection. It's like there's a lack of connection between the two. And so if you're someone that processes things very deeply, and I feel like the thinker in reverse here is an energy of not really thinking it through, not really, or only thinking and not feeling. Like, again, this could kind of represent a lack of connection between the mind and the heart. And with temperance here, this could talk about like an imbalance where it's like we're not balanced, because temperance can always talk about the balancing point between two opposites. So it's like two opposites could be the internal world versus the external world, and balancing those out. And so we're in alignment with them. And I feel like in this situation, I think what they're not saying is that this person, they're not receiving, there's like a lapse in communication with this person is what you need to know. It's like this. It's like, you know, when someone is such a beginner at something. Okay, no, it's like this. It's like, you know how an expert can sometimes be defined as at least knowing what is being aware of how much you don't know. It's almost like the smarter you get, the more you realize you don't know. Imagine that the less smart you are in something, the less you realize how much you don't know. That's the definition of what's going on here. Like, that's the best way I could put it. So they may not even realize that they're being unfair, or that they're setting this up for disaster. They may not even realize that they aren't getting it. It's like they're not even receiving certain things, but to their awareness they are. So then when they tell you yes, it's not that they're trying to lie. It's more that they don't really know the depths of, especially if it's in relation to you, if you are someone who's so embodied and deep and aware, especially when it comes to relationships and, you know, your energy behind things. This is like two different levels of consciousness is what I'd want to say. Be careful, because I maybe it's possible this person isn't telling you that they're not getting certain things that you're saying. There aren't alarm bells going off in this person's mind like, oh, this, I don't get it, because I'm just trying to embody the energy so I can understand it. But it's like, if I'm not even processing another person's reality because I'm not even processing my own reality, then let's say when someone says something like, you know, I'm falling in love with you, that might feel like a red flag, because then I think about, am I in love with this person? And if I don't have an embodied idea of love, or like I don't even know, like it's hard for an alarm bell system to go off in this person's mind, because they aren't actively processing what certain things might mean to other people versus themselves. Like, to them, if I say I love you, it might mean something at super late or something, like, you know what I mean? It's like everyone has different meanings for things. And I think the main thing you're supposed to understand is that there's a lack of cohesiveness between the two of you. And the Lovers is all about, and Temperance is all about having that cohesiveness. And so it's going to be very difficult to, and I feel like this person may just connect at the level of like superficial or like short term. Like they're not thinking long term. They're not thinking, how am I going to harmonize with this in the long term? It's more like, I think this is what I want. Think about when you're in middle school. It's like, how did you know if you wanted to date someone? It's like, I guess this is what everyone else is doing. Like, it's like they don't have their own truth. And so if you don't have your own authentic truth, then it's very hard to communicate properly. So yeah, it's almost like this person's still learning or something, or they're still, we have education here in reverse. Let me get some more oracle cards. We have rock bottom. We have ride the wave. We have encouragement. Peaks of joy. It's like this person is flying by the seat of their pants is how it feels. It's like, I almost feel like with rock bottom here too, it's like this person doesn't feel like they have a lot to lose is what I'd want to explain. And so there's a little bit of an opportunistic energy coming through where it's like, if they don't have this strong foundation of self or this strong direction, and it's like if they haven't built up their own foundation, it's hard for them to know if it's smart to encourage certain things or if they're being encouraged to do certain things, right? And so I feel like this person may say yes to too much without really knowing if that's a good idea, or without knowing if they can follow through, or without because it's almost like anything, it's like the stakes aren't high for this person is how it feels like, and I'm trying to think of a situation where that would happen, but it just feels like the stakes aren't high. Why are they like this? Page of Wands, like they're just exploring. Page of Swords, they're just learning, they're just gathering information. Like, so it just, to me, what's maybe not being made clear to you in this connection is this person is just trying to gather experiences. So there's no loss to them. Like the stakes aren't high for them because anything is helping them or anything is teaching them. If you're already past this Page of Wands stage where you don't want another exploratory experience, you may already have gone through enough Page of Wands experiences, then that's not what you want. And so what you're not realizing is maybe that you're not in alignment with this person, and this person isn't telling you because they're still in this page energy. Again, it's it's immature, not in a negative way, but in a way that's inexperienced. It's like, because you're inexperienced, you're not the King of Wands. Like, for example, the King of Wands knows exactly what it wants to create. And so there's a little bit of a fake it until you make it. It's like the King of Swords, this person doesn't ultimately have a structure, a solidified structure around what they are trying to create and how they see things and what they think. It's like they're still gathering information. They're gathering information, they're gathering experience. That's what they're not telling you. That's their goal here, gather information, gather experience. So they may go along with certain things without really knowing that it's in alignment with what they're going to commit to, or without knowing that it's in alignment with what is in alignment with you. You know, it's like they're almost seeing it from this childish perspective, which is fine if you're also in that perspective. But if you're not, that's something you should know about this person. This person's approach to a relationship is very much, is it still fun to, am I still learning, or am I still feeling like I'm experiencing, like I'm gaining from it, essentially? And then the second that this person doesn't feel like that, they feel very okay with just deciding that I don't want this anymore. I was just exploring, you know, it's like that. It's like, I was just experimenting. I was exploring. I didn't know what I actually wanted when I entertained this. I was just exploring, you know, and it's like, that's fine if both of you are doing that. But I feel like where this could become a difficult situation is if they don't make that clear to you from the beginning. Yeah, that's kind of the thing, is I feel like they're not making it clear to you because this is what's coming through. And it's like, that's why it is, or why it would be quick for this person to pivot, because they're not getting invested in the same way someone else who knows what they want is getting invested. So when we know what we want and something's resonant with us, we are aware of what we are hoping it's grounding into or what it's solidifying into. And it's like, obviously a lot of us can be willing to explore like new dates or new friendships, new things, but it's like we're hoping that we have an idea of what we want though, and so long as we're continuing to invest in it, there's kind of like a silent idea that it is in alignment with what we want for the long term. But if you're not coming from that place, then it can be this is like the energy that could lead you on, because it's like there's this person doesn't feel any pressure. It's like they just feel like they're experiencing. And when you don't know what you want, you don't feel like you're wasting your time because you don't know what you want yet. So yeah, I feel like this person's still figuring that out. Another example of this reminds me of when you graduate from college, or you don't have to go to college, but when you're trying to first get a job, in that application process, for a lot of like companies, you kind of want to make it seem like if they're going to offer you a starter position in some kind of a field, you're going to want to make it seem like that field is what you're very much interested in, because otherwise they might not want to invest in you if they know that you're just trying to figure out what kind of job you like. And there are some jobs where it's like they're very much aware that could be your situation. And for example, that kind of a situation makes a lot more sense for jobs that don't have a lot of like career development, you know? And so like, let's say a company likes to promote from within, for example, and they found that to be very successful, then the people that they're hiring, they're going to want people that have a long-term vision or have some idea that's what they actually want to be doing for the long term. And so they want to only invest in those people. For example, a different situation would be like trying to get a job as like a waitress or something. It's like, it's kind of, people know that it's very possible that a person could be doing that on the side, or like that's not their ultimate destination, and maybe they're just trying to get experience in that. Or regardless, most of the time when you're going for a job, you kind of you want that job to make sense for the general direction you're going in. And obviously it doesn't have to mean that you're going to stay with that company forever, but that's why they ask you what's your 5-year plan, is because they don't want to, that's what they're looking for. And so I feel like this is that kind of situation. Like if you're in that situation, being like, I only want to engage with you at this level if your intentions are to grow past this initial stage, like there's going to be longevity, or you should be in that lane, you know? And I feel like that's what's frustrating, is like this almost feels like a person who's applying for a job out of necessity, like, or like they don't know at all what they want to do, and they're not telling the employer, I have no idea what I want to do, I barely know if I'm interested in this, but I'm sure as heck going to show up on the first day acting like this is going to be the rest of my life, and I'm not going to not say that until I'm sure I don't want to do this, you know? And so I feel like that's this person's way of going about things. That there isn't actually a lot of development to be had. There really isn't this future. Like, it's almost like this person's testing out. They're still finding themselves. They're still finding what they even want. And I feel like it's not a matter of this is good or bad, but it is spirit telling you this is coming through in a reading where they're not telling you this. So that's kind of crappy, because it puts this person in the position of, it's like kind of like duping people or getting a one-up, where it's like maybe they know that they wouldn't get the same opportunity if they didn't pretend like it's what they wanted for the long term, or they wouldn't get to have that kind of a relationship with someone if they said from the beginning, I just want to explore this, I'm not looking for something long term, I'm still trying to figure out what I want. That's what would have been fair. Is I'm actually very actively still trying to figure out what I'm looking for. Instead, this person may say whatever, you know, like say, because they're like, well, maybe I want that. In the same way that when you go to a job, it's like, yeah, for right now, this is what I'm going to say I'm dedicated to, because I haven't found anything else that's more resonant for me yet. And once I find that, I will pivot without thinking twice about what I said before. Yeah, that's definitely this person's energy, you guys. Okay, so for the extended reading, I want to see if this person is aware of how this could be unfair to other people. Like, I just want to know that what's this person's level of awareness when they're doing this. I want to know what is the honest truth of how they see the connection with you. Like, what is their true perspective? I want to go deeper into that. I want to see if this person was completely honest with you, what they would say. And then I want to see where the connection's likely headed anyways. So where's the connection likely headed? And then guidance for you. So I'll have that link down below if you guys are interested in joining me. Other than that, make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. If you're able to hit the like button, leave a comment. I really appreciate everyone who does that. But it's been an honor to read for you guys, and I hope to connect with you again soon. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. So we're going to be looking at what your person is holding back from telling you, or what you don't know about this person. What are they shielding you from or not being fully transparent about? And I'm really leaving this open to spirit, whatever comes through. It could be as simple as their feelings for you. It could have to do with their own life. It could have to do with manipulation. We'll really see what it is. So I am going to do an energy check, and I forgot to do it for pile number 2. But I want to see really quickly what your perspective of this person and this connection is. And then we'll get into what they're holding back from you. So I'll keep this pretty brief, but this is really just meant to help you feel more confident that this is the right pile for you. Also, if you come to readings without a clear person in mind, it can definitely give you an idea of who this reading is about. Okay, so Spirit, tune me into pile number 3. What is pile number 3's perspective of this person that we're going to be talking about in this reading? What is their perspective? Ace of Cups in reverse. 9 of Cups in reverse. 10 of Wands. Queen of Cups in reverse. There's a dog hair. Can we clarify the Ace of Cups in reverse? What's their perspective of this person and the connection with them, please? We have Temperance, Sagittarius energy. What's their perspective? Knight of Wands in reverse. 7 of Cups in reverse. 8 of Swords in reverse. Wow. 3 of Cups in reverse, back of the deck. Okay. Whew, this feels pretty heavy emotionally for you. I definitely think this is someone that you may be healing from. Because this is heavy. So I think this person, it feels like they really turned out to not be what you want, or not what you thought they were. I feel like this connection may have really depleted you emotionally, and even have made you I feel like this person has impacted your journey. Like, I feel like this person has made you feel less satisfied with your life and less like emotionally fulfilled, like almost like you're even questioning. Let me put this into words. It's like, it's not just that you're not satisfied by this situation. It's the impact of this connection has made you feel worse about yourself in a way, worse about your own life is how it feels. And it's really weighed you down. I feel like with the 8 of Swords in reverse, this is something I feel like you're trying to break out of. I feel like you may have felt trapped at times by the burden of this. Like, I feel like maybe there's been a lot of times where you've wanted to heal from this and have this no longer impact you, but it's possible that it's been kind of a battle for you to fully sever the cord to this connection to fully escape it. Like, I feel like you feel trapped because of your emotions, though. Like, I feel like this person really impacted you emotionally, very, very triggered you very intensely, and you may even, it's like it's taken you out of emotional alignment, is how it feels. Like, the burden of this connection has, oh, and I'm even hearing, like, for some of you, in order to free yourself from feeling stuck in this, you may have felt like you've had to detach emotionally. Yeah, I feel like this is definitely something with the Wheel of Fortune reverse. I feel like you're viewing this as something that marked a negative turn in karma for you. Like, you felt like this was like not bad luck, but maybe a negative karmic relationship is how you feel. Maybe even something you thought that was lighthearted but had hidden sort of negative energy to it with the Three of Cups in reverse. Like, something that you maybe thought was lighthearted turned out to be very, like, damaging in some ways, how it feels. And I feel like you've lost your spark in a way. Not lost it, but it's been dimmed. Your spark has been dimmed through processing this connection. And I feel like you've had to really see through an illusion here with the Seven of Cups in reverse. You've had to see it for what it is, because I feel like it was becoming so heavy to maybe be in a situation that you felt stuck to, or even like chained to emotionally, but it was emotionally depleting you. It was not fulfilling. Okay, so that's what I'm picking up. So hopefully that gives you some insight as to whether or not this sounds like a connection that you've dealt with, or one that you're wanting more answers on. I feel like for you all, you probably you want healing, honestly, from this. You want to feel balanced again. You want to feel, it's like you're trying to process this. You're trying to put this experience with this person into the context of your journey, is how it feels. I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back. And I'm also, just as I went to get water, I started hearing Good For You by Olivia Rodrigo, specifically the part where it's like, I've spent the night on the floor of my bathroom, or crying on the floor of my bathroom. You're so unaffected, I don't get it, but I guess good for you. And so I feel like you may feel very alone emotionally in this, like you were the person that cared, or you don't understand, like I feel like you feel very disproportionately weighed down by this, and maybe very like abandoned or alone in it. Like, yeah. But let's see. So what is pile number 3's person not telling them, holding back from them? I'm seeing the scene in Freaky Friday where, like, the client that's like freaking out is like, you lied to me, you're a liar, and like is having like a crash out. So you might have like crashed out over this person for sure, but we'll see. Okay. So for pile number 3, what is their person not telling them or hiding? What is being withheld from pile number 3 via this person? Five of Wands in reverse. Okay, am I going to take all of these? I'm not. It's just too much. What are they not telling pile number 3? Eight of Wands in reverse. The Four of Wands. the Nine of Wands. Okay, I'm definitely hearing that this person is protective. It's like they're avoiding some kind of a conflict with you. And I feel like and this might be like hard to hear. I just have to say like what's coming through, and we'll get more into it. We'll get more answers. We're going to go into it extended, anything else we need help with. But I just am picking up that it's almost like your person is feeling defensive over like progress that they've made. And it's like they don't want to not go backwards, but they don't want to slow their momentum, which would make sense if you feel like left behind by this person. But can we clarify the Five of Wands in reverse? Three of Pentacles in reverse. Can we clarify the Eight of Wands in reverse? We have the Ace of Swords. Can we clarify the Four of Wands? The Ten of Cups. Can we clarify the Nine of Wands? The Three of Wands, and then the Five of Swords at the back of the deck. Okay, so I feel like this person is not fully saying to what degree they feel sure about their happiness not being in the direction of this connection. And I know that might be hard to hear, but like that is what I'm getting. And I feel like there's even a little bit of like paranoia coming through from this person. Like there's almost this fear of you sabotaging them or something. Like they're afraid of that your intention would be to sabotage. Or like they may feel like they're avoiding you, or that they are, what they're not saying is that they feel like conflict between the two of you is not productive, and it would just derail their progress, or it would just, that like they don't see how engaging in conversation with you or like going over things with you, explaining things to you, they feel like they don't want to do it because they feel like your intention isn't to work together and come to the truth. It's almost like they feel like you are working against them. That's how they feel, which I don't know if that's true or not, but that's just what they're not saying. With the Nine of Wands, they're feeling very defensive here. And I feel like with the Four of Wands and the Ten of Cups, like I feel the Three of Wands, I feel like it's like I just have to be honest, it's like they feel like they are already have happiness coming in. They feel like they are that they're building a foundation for happiness, and that they have more coming in, that they have a bright future, but they're still waiting for things to solidify. And in the meantime, it's almost like they don't want to be sabotaged. That's literally what they are thinking. So I just want to write down what I want to explore in the extended, and we'll definitely get some more answers here, of course, but this is just becoming a more complicated reading because I, as the reader, am needing to figure out what is in your highest good, what is in the highest good of everyone. And so I want to understand why this person is so paranoid or why they're so guarded towards you. I want to see if anything you can do can create more harmony. Like, is there potential for more harmony? Is there potential for more harmony? Why do they feel so certain why do they feel so certain that this connection is not productive? Like, that's what I kind of want to understand. I guess what they're not telling you is, and so for some of you, it's maybe not even that this person has already, like gotten into a new relationship or something. It could just be that this person has gotten clarity on what kind of a foundation for a relationship they want. It's like they're having more of an idea of what they truly want, and I feel like they've changed their mind. The Eight of Wands in reverse can also be an energy of like really changing your mind about something. But overall, what they're not saying is that they feel like your differences, you and this person's differences, are such that a collaboration or a relationship between the two of you would only serve to slow down their momentum towards their ideal future. Like that's what they're not saying. I don't get why they wouldn't say this though. Why? Yeah, that's another question. Why wouldn't they say this to you? Why don't they want to say this to you? I'm just going to actually ask that right here. Why would they not want to say this to pile number 3? I also want to see what their strategy is. Okay, like what is their current strategy? Current strategy for managing this connection, for relating to it. Like, are they just trying to never talk to you, or like what's their intention? That's what I want to see. What's their intention? And then definitely lots of guidance for you, because I can tell that this is a difficult situation for you emotionally, for sure. And if this is like a very avoidant person, like I just want to say that I don't want to invalidate your experience. I'm just truly reading from this person's perspective. I'm just reading the truth, of what they're not sharing with you. That doesn't mean that what they're not sharing with you is the truth. Like the truth being that, like, I'm not trying to say that the truth is that there's no potential for partnership here. That's just what your person is thinking. Okay, why are they so sure about this? Why do they feel this way? Why do they feel this way? Six of Cups, Three of Swords in reverse, Justice in reverse. The Hierophant in reverse. The Hermit. Can we clarify the Six of Cups? Ten of Pentacles in reverse, the Emperor. Six of Swords in reverse. Three of Wands. We have the Eight of Cups in reverse and the Chariot in reverse. Okay. Page of Swords. So, okay. I'm wondering now if... Let me just look at this for a second. Okay, for some of you, this reading would be obvious. If this is the reality, then I doubt this is, because it seems obvious then, is like, if you betrayed this person in the past, or like didn't follow through on some kind of a commitment with them, I'm I feel like they are trying to learn from that experience and not go back to the past. Like they don't want to repeat the same experience with you. So if you betray this person, that is exactly why they're feeling this way, which is makes a lot of sense to me. You know, I don't think there's much more to go into. However, another scenario I'm seeing is that if this is someone where there's been some kind of a disagreement or a hiccup with this person, and their default is to do a complete 180 and just go like, there's no way that this could be like what I want, then I'm wondering if this person is having some kind of a trauma response, or if they're still in, like, they haven't healed from something from their past, is what it seems like. So, and I could see how that might leave a lot of people here feeling really emotionally disoriented, especially if things were promising in this connection. But it's almost like your person is afraid of, being betrayed or having an injustice done to them. So this person would rather be alone than be in a situation where, to be like stuck in a situation. It's like this person's almost afraid of being stuck in a situation that they can't walk away from, even though it is unjust and has betrayed them. Like this person is extremely afraid of, this is giving avoidant. This is a giving, I can't stay to work out the problems because I'm already anticipating that. It's like they're preemptively protecting their heart by saying things like, we don't have the same values, or this person is going to betray me, essentially. Like that this isn't, it's like this person wants to be in control here. It's a way of controlling the outcome and trying to prevent pain for themselves. And it's almost like they have this like obsessive feeling of like, okay, sometimes the Eight of Cups in reverse can be an energy of like not walking away from something that you've invested in. But it can also be a distorted energy where you move on from situations too quickly. Like you have a compulsive need to keep moving on. Because it's almost like when things are challenging, even though you've emotionally invested in them, it's like this person, even though they've emotionally invested in things, they feel like they can't overcome the challenge. Like they feel like the challenge can't be overcome in the relationship. They almost feel like they have to overcome challenges on their own. But essentially, they're still carrying wounds from their past. Yeah. From their family. And they're trying to, they're afraid of losing their power to a connection. They're afraid of losing their freedom and autonomy. They're afraid of being so invested in something and then that being the thing that sabotages them, or that being the thing that prevents them from moving toward their happiness. So we have Taurus energy, Virgo, Cancer, and Aries here, and Libra. So lots of major arcana. Okay, I want to ask, okay, sorry, I'm just malfunctioning right now. Yeah, there's something major. Either you caused it or you didn't, and that's why this is such a painful situation. I mean, this could also be a painful situation because it does hurt when we hurt people we love, you know? But I just want to see, like, what even happened between the two of you? What happened actually in this connection to make this person feel this way? Okay, the Ace of Wands, Strength in reverse, Three of Wands in reverse. What happened? Oh my gosh, what happened? They were just afraid. Okay, so, okay. Okay, I'm getting the situation a lot better now. So I really think that this is a really tough situation here because your person is completely self-sabotaging and acting out of trauma wounds. Like, this person is projecting onto you energy of where they've been betrayed in the past. And so what triggered them, or what happened, is actually that this was a very fulfilling situation. But it triggered this person with Strength in reverse and Page of Wands in reverse. It's almost like they've been afraid to believe in this. They're afraid. Okay, this is so interesting. It's almost like when something's good in their life, and I get this, it's very triggering for them because they have a really hard time believing that, they have a hard time being hopeful that the future could be bright. It's like their fears got the best of them. Yeah. So again, going back to what they aren't telling you, what they aren't telling you is that they've come to the conclusion independently that there's no way this connection can move forward, that there's no way you guys could get on the same page, that they're now afraid. Like, they're taking, with the Five of Swords here, actually that's them in the Five of Swords energy. It's like, because they're afraid of someone else being in the Five of Swords, essentially being put in a situation where it's almost like this person is going on the offense. This person is going on the defense before there's even been any offense. Yeah, there's a real paranoid feeling coming from this person. Like, they almost feel like things are too good to be true, or it's like a trap. And so what was coming through, what they're not telling you, is that I don't think that they've actually found another situation that they're trying to protect. It's more like this, like, it's more of an ideal in their head. It's more of like this is like a safety mechanism for them. Is like, they think by pushing people away and coming to the conclusion that people are threatening to their well-being or to their future, or that, like, it's really hard. There's anxious avoidant attachment here. That's what it is I want connection, but it doesn't feel safe. Your person has that. That's what it's like. And so there's an energy here of pushing you away and telling themselves that they have to do it, but they're actually doing it because that's what feels safe to them. Meanwhile, they do want this beautiful Ten of Cups connection, Four of Wands. They do want this Four of Wands happy foundation, happy future, but this person feels so threatened by it at the same time. Is like, the way to actually grow that is something that this person is horrified of. So yeah, it's a tough situation here. And it's their fears for sure. So yeah, so for the extended reading, I want to look at what happened in this person's past and how is it influencing how they connect. I also want to see what they're projecting onto you. I want to see, like, if this person is going to come around, or like, are they going to change their mind or see things differently. And then the last part I want is to look at, is there anything you can do to create more connection, or is this just like something that's going to also emotionally harm you, you know? Because I could see this being really hard for you if it's like someone that you do care for but are not able to, it's like someone's not trusting you is how it feels. Like this person isn't trusting you. Yeah, that's how I'm seeing the situation. So hopefully this gave you some clarity and confirmation of like the fact that the main thing I'd want you to walk away from is understanding that you didn't do anything wrong, and this person may be hurting you now with the way that they're projecting onto you. Like if they're projecting onto you that you're someone who's going to sabotage their happiness, meanwhile you're actually someone who's wanting to build with them or contribute to their happiness. It's like that can be really hurtful. And so I just want you guys to not internalize that as truth. And I just send you healing energy while you're going through this. So if you guys found this helpful, if you're able to hit the like button, leave a comment, I really appreciate it. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on future pick a card readings. Other than that, it's been an honor to read for you, and I hope to connect with you again soon.